Hello, my friend. Evan Scoresby here, and I wanted to talk to you about something that's really important today. But I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad you're watching this video again today, and I'm excited to be here with you to share this information with you because it's really, really important. And you'll see that on that whiteboard right behind me, there's a question. What's your excuse? And I don't mean that in a good way. I mean it actually as a bad way where people use excuses all the time for their lack of failure, for their lack of success in one shape, form, or fashion. So what's your excuse? Hopefully you don't have any. And my intention by the end of this video, you can identify some of the top reasons that the major excuses fall into and to give you a way out so you won't use those excuses anymore to accommodate for your lack of success, because there's a lot of things that happen in our lives and it determines how we react or act to them that will determine which way we proceed on our actions, our thoughts, and pretty much everything around us. And so I have a lot of experience with talking with a lot of people who are generating or trying to generate income from home. And with new team members, coaching them, etc. And there's things that I hear all the time as excuses of their reasons for not maybe doing something or their lack of success or failure. And these four excuses, these excuses can be categorized in about four different things. And I wanted to briefly go over those with you. The first one that I hear a lot is my health. I have bad health. My health isn't good. I have this condition. It's keeping me from doing this or doing that. And so a lot of people use their health as an excuse for their lack of failure. And so, yes, I agree that there are some cases where you do have some serious health conditions, that would keep you from doing a lot of things that you want to do. But there's some things that you can do to help battle the excuse of bad health. One, just refuse to talk about your health. For one, I see all the time on Facebook uh, people who are commenting on their status about their health conditions, and they refuse to, and they talk about it all the time, and the people who comment on it feed that, and so the person who originally started that comment, feel like they have to continue sharing because they're getting attention. So refuse to talk about your health. The second thing is refuse to worry about your health. It has been scientifically proven that 3 of the 4 people in hospitals right now are in there because of an emotional illness, because they worry about one thing or another. The more you think about something, the more it's going to come about. It works for good, so success. Like the more you think about success and money and wanting to be a better person or whatnot, the same applies on the opposite. The more you worry and think about your health and how it's bad or deteriorating, the quicker and faster it's going to happen. It's just the law of the universe. And then just be genuinely grateful that your health is as good as it is. Be grateful for your health regardless of what health status you are. And the more grateful you are, the better you feel about yourself, and your body has a way to helping you feel better and get better by doing that. And then just remind yourself often, it's better to wear out than rust out. When you rust out, you just kind of like crank along and you don't do anything. But wear yourself out instead of just rusting out. Okay. So the second excuse that a lot of people use for their lack of success or failure is that but I don't have the brains to succeed. I'm not smart enough. I don't have the knowledge to do this. And, my friend, never underestimate your own intelligence and never overestimate the intelligence of others. Some things that you need to do is remind yourself several times a day, my attitudes are more important than my intelligence. It's the way I think and feel about something that's going to be more important. If I don't have the brains for a particular thing that I need to know for my business, the great thing is you can learn it. You're never too young to learn. And just remember that your ability to think is of much greater value than the ability to memorize facts. Okay? Anybody can memorize something, but the ability to think and to use your imagination, that's what really gets you the brains to succeed. So don't use your lack of knowledge as an excuse, because you can always learn and you're never too old to learn. The third thing that a lot of people use for excuses is they just like throw up their hands and they say, it's no use. I'm too old or I'm too young. I hear the I'm too old one probably the most out of all of these because I work with a lot of older clients. And so a lot of the times they will just automatically shoot themselves in the foot and say, you've got to understand something. I didn't grow up with this stuff. I didn't grow up with technology. I'm too old to learn this thing. And I just shake my head and shake my head, and I'm just like, man, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. That self-limiting belief is what's holding you back. It's holding you back. You're never too old to learn something. Look at your present age as a positive. There's a quote, I can't remember where it's from. It's from a book, I think Og Mandino, the greatest salesman in the world. He uses age as a good thing because it brings health, wisdom, and intellect not known to youth. You have a lot to offer because of your age. So look at it as a positive sense, okay? And then compute how much productive time you have left. Let's say your productive time goes from, start from 20 years old to 70. Let's just say that's the range, okay? And if you're 40 years old, you've only used 20 years of 50 of your productive life. So you still have 30 years left of your productive life. So if you compute your productive years and how much you have left, that'll actually help you change your mindset a little bit on, yeah, I'm not too old. I'm actually too young. I'm just getting started, right? And so the other thing you can do to help to battle the excuse of old age or too young is, invest future time in what you really want to do. Don't waste away at stuff that are meaningless. Invest your time in stuff that you really want to do and accomplish, and that will help you. The last thing, the last excuse of the 4 categories that I wanted to review with you is that a lot of people will say, I attract bad luck, or I'm just unlucky. I'm an unlucky guy. Things never go my way. You might have said that yourself. I've said it before in the past. I'm unlucky. I attract bad luck. Let me tell you, my friend, there's no such thing as bad luck. Accept the law of cause and effect. There are no accidents. Everything happens for a reason. If you think that something is an accident, there's actually things that have led up to that to make that happen. So everything happened exactly as the way it did. There's no accidents, okay? You're not luck or unlucky. And just one other thing, just don't be a wishful thinker. We don't become successful simply through luck. There might be a time where, somebody wins the lottery, but how often and how rare is that, right? So don't blame yourself on being unlucky, because if you were, in the book I'm reading right now where it talks about this, The Magic of Thinking Big, they said if we decided everything on luck, let's take, for example, reorganize General Motors or a major corporation. We take all of the employees, we put their names inside a big barrel, and we pull out the first name, and the first name we pull out is going to be the CEO and president of General Motors. And then we pull out another name, that's going to be the vice president. We pull out another name, that's going to be the manager. So just keep pulling out names, and that's going to determine the reorganization of a company based on luck. How fast, if that happened, how fast would that company just go down the drain? Probably pretty quick. Okay, so just accept the law of cause and effect. There is no luck. And so, with these 4 excuses, first we got to become aware of them, what they are, and how we can battle them so we don't use them ever again. Because I hear, again, excuse after excuse of why somebody can't do something or what's holding them back. And it's just an excuse. It's an excuse that they're using to make themselves feel better for their own lack of personal responsibility and success, and they'll choose to blame it on somebody else, and they'll just go about with their merry little lives to stay miserable and complacent in what they're doing and never, ever improve. Okay? So get rid of excuses. Start filling yourself with positive things, and use these things for your benefit. Okay? Use them for your benefit. And that's all. I kind of went off on there a little bit, a little rant, so I'm sorry, but I just deal with it a lot. And I just wanted to make you aware of these things and how you can battle them in the future so you don't fall into that trap of excusitis. It's a real disease. Excusitis. I can't even pronounce it. It's so real. So that being said, my friend, I hope you found this valuable. Please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And feel free to share this with your friends. If you know somebody who's just does excuse after excuse, this video might come in handy for them. So hope you have a great day. And remember, my friend, you have the choice to make it a great day, and never, ever give up on your dreams. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.